Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing. This is part 3 of my ephemera for the Summer Memories journal. We're nearing the end of that process, and again that journal will be a giveaway. So if you like it, it speaks to you, if you would just leave a comment either under any of the videos that are about the Summer Memories journal, or you can leave a comment over on my blog. The link to the blog will be in the video description, and I will be selecting someone here in probably a week and a half or so from, today is the 9th of October, so I will be giving it away. It is a smaller journal. I believe it measures 4 by 5.5. I don't have it right here, so I can't show it to you, but you can go back and watch the other videos. There is a playlist for the Summer Memories journal. So we're going to make, first I'm going to tell you a story. So I created this video once and I lost the footage. And I needed to do it again because I want to show you the process as well. So not that it's really a complex thing, but I was disappointed when I lost the footage. So I think I overwrote the file because I had Ephemera Summer Memories 1, 2, and then 3, and I think it got mixed up. So anyway, I made a couple of hidden paper clips, and I'll be showing you how we make those. So I made that one and this one, really simple. And then I made a couple of clusters, which I just love, that I thought could make really cool pockets. This is the one I really loved, so I was devastated when I lost the footage, but I'm not going to remake it exactly. All these things will be slightly different, other than I will be still using the tickets to make the hidden paper clips. And then this is the other cluster, so dainty and pretty. And then I made a vellum pocket, and I used a die cut, and then I just glued this onto the pocket, and then this will be glued on three sides in the journal. So I'm going to set those aside and get going on this. I've got my my blade because I'll need to be using that to cut the slits for the paper clips. So let's just start there since we're already talking about paper clips. I'm just going to set this other stuff aside, trying to keep it in order. So what I'm using here again are the tickets from the kit, and this is the regular size. So I took the kit and I printed 2 to a page, so I got them at 50% the size that they normally would be. So I'm going to go ahead and use these. I thought they turned out really, oh, I don't want to do that. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got 2. It's been a while since I sorted this stuff out. So what you want to do is you want to have you're going to have a base, and then you're going to have a top piece. And both of these pieces are going to be folded in half to create the hidden paper clip area of the piece. So I'm going to go ahead and try to, I'm going to fold these just so that I can cut these little things. So let me do that really quick. Okay, so these are inked. So what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to fold this one in half. So this is again your base piece, and it should be, so when it's folded, it should be slightly bigger than the top piece. So if this is folded out, it would look something like this. Regardless of what paper you're using, you would just want this top piece to be bigger than the base. So I do need to grab a paper clip, a couple of paper clips here. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and fold this. And it's this one that I was inking the back side of this one, but it really needed to be, I needed to make sure that this was not stark white because it looks funny because you can see a little bit of it, but both of these are coffee dyed, have coffee dyed paper on the back, so I'm good there. I was thinking it was this one that would show. So we're going to just fold that in half. And then we're going to this is how it's going to look when it's put together. So what we want to do is, oh, I need to grab my, what did I do with my foam pad? Hold the fort. I need to find that, just a second. Set it someplace new, apparently. Oh man, stuff falling all over the place. Hold on. right where I left it. So basically I'm just getting this out so that I have something to use to protect my table while I do the cutting here. So we're going to cut both of these at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and get this one folded as well and ready. Oops, that's not even. There we go. That's better. So what we're going to do is cut a slit in here. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that just so that we can see it as we're cutting. Like so. And what we want to do is just create a slit that's slightly bigger than the width of the paper clip. And so, and I did replace my blade. The last time I used this, well, I guess it's the video that you didn't see because I lost the footage. But my blade was dull and it tore my paper really bad. So I'm just cutting a slit there. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Focus, come on. There we go, like that. And then the same on this one. I make it a little bit bigger than the paper clip just so I have some wiggle room to get it straight. So I'm going to move my little mat here. And so then we're going to slide the paper clip on. You're going to want it, well, I was going to say you have to decide what's front and back, but you won't, because the idea of the hidden paper clip is you have an image, a usable image on both sides. So it will be, you won't be able to tell that it's a paper clip. So I put the paper clip on so that the long end is on the back. So we're going to do that. I'll show you that here in a second. Oh, I did that wrong. No, did I do that wrong? Oh boy, I did. The slit has to go in this. Oh, and this is upside down. Goodness gracious. Those tickets are not going to work. Okay, not a big deal. I cut the holes. Wow, I'm out of it apparently. I cut the holes in the wrong piece. So I'm going to back up here, guys. And I do need to grab more tickets because the directional ones in this case won't work because you can see, as you can see, my house would be upside down. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab that ephemera really quick. I should have another one that will work just fine, so I just need to get them out here. I want ones that aren't cut apart yet. So hopefully I have some. Well, I am going to pause the camera while I sort this out and I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I apparently don't have any more of these printed, and rather than print some more, I'm going to go ahead and do one that's this size, and then I'm going to just miniaturize the other one. So I'm going to just be flexible. So I'm going to go ahead and use the mini ones in this, in the Grandma's Garden kit. So same process, I'm going to fold this in half. It's going to be itty bitty. I may have to use one of my Tim Holtz little paper clips on this because I don't know that that big paper clip is going to be too much for this scene because the paper clip is going to go through this part. So let me grab one of those really quick. They're right behind me. Not a big deal. So they're just these little ones. They work really great for this. So I do need to cut this one down because obviously that's way too big. So, wow, this was just crazy. Crazy, crazy. So I'm going to get my trimmer out here. Guess we're going to just learn together, right? It's okay. So I'm just going to cut this off. I'm just going to put this up here just so I can kind of get a measurement of what I want here. And then we can round the corners again and pretend that none of this happened. So hilarious. Okay. Come on, fingers work. Okay, that will be just fine. And then we're going to cut off the bottom too. So I'm just going to leave that. I'm sorry, that's off camera, guys. Just going to go there. And we'll round this off and we'll be ready to go again. I hope I'm not the only one that happens to. Just going to round those corners again. It's okay, we need tiny ones too in this journal since it's so small. It'll be fun to put something a little bit tinier in there. So I'm going to re-ink. Not a problem. We improvise, right? Flexible. And these tickets won't matter because the scissors can be either direction. So, but what you do is you want to take, oh, let me move this mat again. Goodness. What you want to do is take this, and the paper clip is going to go on here, again with the big part to the back. So I'll show you that again, so that we're straight there. So there we go. And I like to leave a little bit up like that because I could feed some sari silk or something through there, or I pulled some seam binding for that. So, and I put that down again. I'm just going to use this to cut my little hole. Got a little piece of that foam. And here we go. We're just going to cut a little slit. And the paper clip is not very wide. There we go. So now what's going to happen is this is going to fold over that, or go through that hole, like so. Let me get that paper clip to pull back up. Or if my slit is not big enough. Ah, goodness gracious. Some days creating just doesn't go as well, right? It's okay. We're going to figure it out together. Okay, get that back on there. Oh, I can't get that to stay out. Not sure what the problem is here. There we go. I guess it's because it's so tiny. It's hard to work with tiny things. You just don't have as much room. That should be fine. Okay, so, goodness gracious, Renee. Okay, so it's on there. So now we're going to go ahead and fold this back, and we're going to glue on this. We're going to glue this to this. I'm just going to use my our glitter glue. And then just fold that down. Just kind of make sure that it's even from side to side as best you can. There we go. And then we're going to do, I've got a little bit of an edge here I'm going to trim. And we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same on this side. Like that. And there is our hidden paper clip. So as you can see, the bird is okay, but when it flips over, the scissors are also okay because they are not directional. So I'm going to get a piece of seam binding here, and this is going to need to be way smaller because I made this paper clip so little. But I'm just going to slide that through there, hopefully, and then we're going to pull it back through. My fingers are not working today. This is my first video of the day, so I'm just out of it, I guess. Okay, I'm going to hold this because my glue is probably still wet, so I don't want to pull that paper clip right out. So there we go. We're just going to trim those off. I use these little cutoffs, so not to worry about any waste. So there is paper clip number 1. So super cute, and what it's going to do on a page, I'm just going to use this as a page. You just put it on top, push it down, and there you've got a paper clip. And you cannot tell it's a paper clip, which is the most awesome thing. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness. I don't want to pull too hard on the paper clip because I know that's not completely dry. So there is number 1 out of the way. This one will go better, I'm sure. So we've already got our hole in that one. We're going to use a regular paper clip, regular size, long part to the back. Slide it on. Hopefully that will stay in place. And then, did I cut a hole in this one yet? Nope, I didn't. So now we need to cut our hole in the correct piece of this whole getup. So I'm just going to slice a hole here, like so. And again, a little bit bigger than the paper clip, just so that you can get it in there easily without kind of traumatizing the paper. So there we go. It's on there. And then you can, when you make it larger or wider than it needs to be, you can kind of wiggle that and get it a little bit more to the center. That's the theory. Goodness gracious, this is not... My paper clip is all crooked. What the hey? Okay, goodness. I promise they're not this hard in reality. I'm not sure why. I've done these a lot too. But anyway, there we go. Good enough for me. Just seems like it's not straight, but I'm not going to fret about it. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this piece back again, and we're going to apply glue to the top piece and glue it to the bottom piece, to the base. Like so, and then the same with the front. I usually like to get a little bit more up by the paper clip because that slit is, you know, is obviously weakening the paper there. So a little bit of extra glue won't hurt. So I'm just going to go ahead and push that down as well. We've got a good amount of room there on our paper clip. Oh, I forgot to put anything on this one. Didn't put a word or anything. Got so flustered. I'm going to trim this a little bit. And then what did I have? I had beautiful, which is a little bit big. So I'm going to grab for the littler words. They should be right here. There we go. Here they are. I think this one would be nice. This birds. Whoops, this little word, birds. Where did it go? Oh boy. There we go. So there is birds. We're going to put that on the little guy. Just trim that down a little bit more. It's a little bit wide. And then I think I want a bit of lace or something to go underneath that, just to make it interesting. I'm going to cut a little piece of this lace, just lace from my my scraps. I'm going to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac down here. And then put our word right on top of that lace. I realize that's hard to see because I'm working with something much tinier than I intended to. But things always work out, don't they? It's not a big deal. There we go. So there's birds, and then we've got that. I'm going to just leave this. Oh, maybe we'll put grow on the other side. Yeah, I think we will. Let's just put grow over here. So again, I'm going to trim that little sentiment down. And I wonder if we could use a little bit of the seam binding. I've never really done that without ironing it out. This is the, oh, this is a cutoff from that other one. Not sure if that will really work though, because it won't straighten out, but we're going to try it to be different. So I'm just going to again put that a little bit here on the bottom. I'm going to just put that on there like so. Be kind of crinkly. Yeah, that works out fine. And we're going to put our little word go on it. Or grow, not go. Gosh. There we go. So there's our little paper clip. Goodness gracious. Okay. Truly, that one is done. So this one, I think I want to put, I pulled the word beautiful, but again, I think it's just too big for this piece. So let's say, oh, we've got beautiful, that's small. We'll go with that. So should be fine though width-wise. I want to use a little piece of this. As I mentioned, this is like one of my favorite laces because it's just so wide. It's got this wide weave that makes it look really kind of tattered, and I love that. You'll see that. You've probably seen that in a lot of my videos, especially with this journal. So just going to put that on there. Keep it really simple. Who would have thought 2 little paper clips would take 25 minutes? Oh, it's okay. Sometimes the planning ahead is a good thing, and then other times it's stuff like this I miss until I sit down to actually do the video, so apologize for that. So that is that side. I don't think we're going to put anything else on it. I like it just like that. Oh, we do need to put our little piece of seam binding. There's a shop that I get this on Etsy that ships really fast, and I'm in the United States and it ships from Minnesota, and I got it so fast. I was so excited. I prefer this actually to Sari Silk because I just like how it stays all crunched up. I think it's a really cool effect. So I'm just, again, I'm holding that paper clip so I don't pull it out, and then just going to trim that off a little bit. Like so. And then how about the other side? Let's put something over here. There's flowers, so we could put, how about pick a few? I really like that. I've used so many of these little words, so I'm doing repeats now, but they're so cute. It's okay. And then we'll do another piece of this. We could do something different, but I'm just gonna, for the sake of time, keep this simple. You could, of course, do anything you want. You wouldn't have to embellish at all. You could just have them be a paper clip. And I do want to show you the difference between these ones and the video that I did that I lost the footage, because what I noticed on this one was that I could actually see the paper clip through the paper, and I think that this paper was printed on a lighter, this was printed on a lighter paper, lighter weight, and this is thicker, so it's not showing as much. So there is our second paper clip. Yay! Okay, here we go. So now let's go ahead and do this little vellum pocket. So again, everything is pre-cut, so I printed this page on a piece of vellum, and then I cut it down to the height of the journal, and then obviously not quite as wide as the journal. And then I used a piece of beautiful pink cardstock, from my stash and created the die cut. This was opposite. I'd used the white vellum and then the die cut was a print. So I actually like this better, so happy accidents, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and glue this onto the vellum, and I am doing it like this because I'm concerned about the fragility of these pieces. So we get the same effect without affecting the stability of the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead, I forgot to ink this. And I don't think I'm going to put a thumb notch in this one particularly. If you wanted to, you certainly could. Helpful tip is that if you put a piece of paper under it and before you hole punch, it'll punch through the vellum. If you try to punch vellum without doing that, it will not punch. So I'm going to go ahead and use my art glitter glue, and I'm just going to get glue everywhere on the back of this. You could do this with any die cut that you have. Really, really cool. I was really pleased with this. So dainty. And of course, I love roses, so can't go wrong with a rose die cut. Just going to try to get as much on there as I can. It's kind of hard because the spaces are tiny, but it'll be okay. It will be stable because it will not take any pressure because it's going to be on the front of this. So, goodness. My vinyl mat does not allow me to sweep things off easily. Okay, so we're going to put that down, and then we're going to just make sure it's nice and straight, evened up, even on the edges. And I deliberately didn't ink the top sides of this. I know you'll see why here in a second. Now I'm just going to ink around the edge, just to make it look like it's one piece rather than a separate part. So that's kind of the thinking there. So there is our vellum pocket. Super easy. Get a little bit of a little bit of that paper from the kit in it, and it's all good. So that is our little vellum pocket. So now we've just got our clusters, and they go actually pretty quick. So this is cluster number 1, and again, I've just pulled a bunch of little bits to put on here. This is my base, and I am using these clusters as a pocket when I put them in the journal. So just keeping that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and ink this. And then we're going to just kind of, can't remember exactly what I was going to do here. I already had this kind of laid out, I think like so. So we're going to go ahead and glue that on. And go here. A little bit higher there. And then I just love this lace because it's got the little sparkly things on it. Really pretty. So we're just putting that on so it's kind of hanging over that edge. And then I'm just going to press with my paper towel just so I don't get my fingers all sticky. And then we're going to layer up this edge a little bit to create some interest. It's a fairly light pocket because I think this was printed on a lighter weight paper. I must have printed it the first time I did the kit. Printed the kit, I printed it on probably a thinner paper. So just trimming that down a little bit. Inking the edges. This is coffee dyed paper from my stash, which I'm dying to dye some more because I'm almost out of the thicker paper. I think I want that like right there. I'm going to be using the Fabri-Tac because I'm gluing onto the lace. And just about right there. Should be good. And then I like to break up these colors a little bit, so I'm going to, I think this was supposed to go first. Let me try this again. I think I wanted the music first. Again, one of the downfalls of pre-pulling all this stuff, but with my work schedule and just other things, I need to do that. Otherwise, I just can't get as much done. So I'm going to put that, yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted this next, like so. And then we'll put this back on. Hopefully that will still stick. It should be good. I just want that music paper to show a little bit. And I don't think I'm going to use this. I don't think it's needed. And I'm debating about that. I think I do want that, but I think I'm going to tear it down. Let's see what side I want to use. I like that, the wavy side. So I think this is from one of the belly bands from the kit. I think they're a belly band anyway. Just inking that up. Love that. I'm going to put that. I'm just going to use the Fabri-Tac since I've got it right here. Just get that on there. I love the layers. Cannot say that enough. It's true in my mixed media projects too. The layers just really are meaningful. So just debating on if I want a little bit of lace or something underneath my word. I've got another piece of this. Or do I have another piece of that? Not quite long enough. So I'm going to go ahead and use a bit of this. Just to get a little bit of something underneath that word as well. And maybe like so. Nope, not that. I feel like something's missing, so give me a second. You know what I mean? It just doesn't, sometimes things just don't feel quite complete. So we're gonna listen to that. Ooh, this would be really pretty. I've got a piece of this as the side of a piece of lace. I think I want to do that. I do. I love that. Yeah. But I think I'm going to put that other piece of lace down first. Where did it go? This one. So I'm just going to run a little bit of glue over here. So that's where my word is going to go. Whoops. There we go. Okay. I like my lace. And I love this accent because of the flowers, the color of the flowers in there. I think that will be really beautiful. So let's go ahead and put this down. I'm just going to go run this all up the middle of that. Yep. Perfect. So now we're going to put on our word. So I picked you and me, and then the other one is going to say, oh, I think this was supposed to say you and me, Grandma, because I have them together. So I think that was my plan, but I don't. I now have to kind of change this up a little bit. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. It's a little bit too long now. I think I'm going to get a little something to put there, maybe a button. Let's go ahead and glue this down. And I'll grab my button bucket really quick. It's not really a bucket. It's my little Paris box that I just have buttons in here so I don't have to dig through everything, because I have a lot of buttons, so this helps me to narrow down my choices a little bit. That one's quite pretty. What about this gold one? Is that too big? Oh, I have to stay away from those thick buttons in this case, so I'm gonna forego that. I've learned that it creates so much bulk in the journal that I have to be more careful. I like that. So we're gonna just go ahead and put that right there. Pick a few. Actually, I'm just gonna put it right on that lace material. And then I forgot my butterfly. You guys probably see it sitting here. So we're going to take a peek at that really quick and see if we want it. Don't have to use it if we don't feel like it fits, but we're going to try. Yeah, I want the butterfly. There must have been a reason I chose it. So we're just going to put that right there. I like that. So again, this will be a pocket in the journal. So super easy, great way to use scraps. Typically I make clusters out of just scraps, but when I'm using a new kit, I don't always have a lot of offcuts because I'm still, you know, I haven't created enough, and they're all very themed. So, but totally you could just use scraps, I guess is what I'm saying. Here is our second cluster. So I picked this image, which I think is also really cool, but I think I'm going to cut the top of it off just to make this a little bit smaller. Like so. I'm going to go ahead and ink this. I think I want to round the edges actually on this one, just to be different. There we go. That's really lovely. It's a beautiful image. So we've got that. I've got a bunch of stuff here. I'm not really sure what I want to do, but I really liked this print here that in the green script, so I'm going to take a piece of that off and use it. This is just from a piece of scrapbook paper. And tear it about there. I'm probably going to put the music page down first. I generally like that better than I like the music page at the bottom generally. Usually because it's pretty fragile, so it helps to protect it a little bit. So I think I'll put that there. I'm losing a lot of my just gonna go with it. Sometimes you just have to go with it and not think too hard. I've yet to be really disappointed with any cluster that I've made, so there's not really any rules about it. I think, do I want it to go? I think I want it to go that way. Yeah, I'm just going to keep using my Fabri-Tac just because in many ways it's easier. So we're just going to put that on. I think I'll put that on this way, like so. I realize we are losing a little bit of that image, but that's just part of the magic here. I'm going to ink the edges of this as well. Oops. I love that. Beautiful. I almost want to do this, but I'm not. But I do want to decide. I have a piece of this like really fragile material here. It's from an old scarf, and I think I'm going to put it between these two layers. So I'm just going to put it right here. Like so. And then we'll put this on top. I might not need a whole lot else on this cluster because, hold on, do I want any of this? Got this little bit of vellum that's got some numbers and stuff on it. Yeah, I think I do want it. I love the way vellum looks when it's inked. Really love it. Get that on there. Ah, just put my hand in that. Just like so. And then we'll put our green piece on. And I think we're going to kind of go over here. And the thing that I don't like, which when you're using these as a pocket, what happens on the back here is not going to matter. I have made some that I used for a different purpose, and I didn't care for the fact that they were really rough there and looked incomplete. But in this case, it's going to be a pocket, so it's going to be just fine. So the other things that I have is I had this piece of purple, these flowers, and I'm going to use those. I thought they were really, really beautiful for this this image because there's a lot of purple in it. And some of the flowers up here, if you can see that. Focus, focus, focus. My webcam is acting really strange these days. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there. So I'm going to put the glue on the back of this, just on each of these flowers. Put her on there, and then we will be putting a sentiment on, and then we'll be done. So not too bad, time-wise. We are nearing the end. I think I'm only doing one more video, which will be a final. It's called Final Ephemera for the Summer Memories Journal, and that's kind of the indicator that we're nearing a flip through and a giveaway. So I love that. I love how just the music is just barely showing there. That's really lovely. I actually almost want to put my sentiment on top of those flowers, but I don't want to take away from them, so I'm not going to do that. Decisions, decisions. We're going to use Loves You, because this is all about grandma memories. And as I've mentioned before, I'm not really speaking from personal experience. I'm more kind of just sitting with the reality that this does exist for some people, you know, just that those really sweet memories of time with grandma and that were positive and all of that. But for me, they weren't necessarily. I mean, I had some, but it's not a lot. Okay, what did I do with that other piece of that? It's not really big enough, but it would go really pretty right there, just on the side. I think I'm going to put that right there. Just have it be right under just part of the word. Here we go. And we do have a butterfly for this one, but I'm not sure we're going to use it. There's a lot going on here. So there's that. And what do we think about the butterfly? Oh, the butterfly is so beautiful, though. I think we need the butterfly. I'm going to ink it. Not that you're going to be able to see it a lot, but just in case there's any white edges showing. Like so. Yeah, we need the butterfly. It fits. So I'm just going to use the Fabri-Tac again. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. If I do say so myself. Look at that. Just striking. Wow. When I compare them to some of my the other ones that I lost the footage on, they're both just beautiful. Love it. Okay. So that is that. We are done. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I know it was a little bit rough in the beginning, but I find that if I'm not just creating kind of like consecutively, I do kind of lose the rhythm and get a little bit disorganized. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that if you're interested in the journal, please be sure to leave a comment about that you would like to receive the journal and why you would like to receive it. I had a beautiful subscriber who actually wrote in the comments memories about her grandma, which was really cool for me because, again, I don't have really positive associations there. And so it was really beautiful to hear her recall and her reminiscing about her relationship with her grandma. So if that's where you're at and you're interested, I would love to have that kind of engagement there and have you share why you would like it. And but I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.